People with genuinely sharp minds, the ones who stay focused, clear, and mentally quick well into their later years, usually aren't doing anything magical. They're not smarter by luck. Very often, they simply have a handful of quiet daily habits that most people never think about. And here's the part that surprises people. The most powerful of these habits aren't about crossword puzzles or brain games. They happen at a much deeper level, inside your body. Because the truth is, your brain is an organ. And like every organ, it depends on what you feed it, what you move, and what you give it every single day. Today, I'm going to show you 5 of these habits. Not the obvious ones you've heard 100 times, but specific, slightly unexpected things that directly affect how your brain works. Your memory, your focus, your ability to think clearly under pressure. And I'll show you exactly what happens inside your body when you do them. And if you're over 50, this matters even more than you might realize, because these same habits are linked to a lower risk of cognitive decline and dementia as you age. So you're not just sharpening your mind for today. You're protecting it for the years ahead. Let's begin. Habit number 1. They keep their vitamin D topped up. On purpose. Now, you've probably heard vitamin D is good for your bones. But here's what most people don't know. Your brain is covered in receptors for vitamin D. It's deeply involved in protecting your brain cells, calming inflammation, and clearing out the kind of harmful buildup linked to memory loss. And here's the problem. Vitamin D deficiency is incredibly common, especially after 50. As you age, your skin makes less of it from sunlight, and many older adults are quietly running low without any idea. So what happens when your levels drop? This is where it gets serious. In large studies, people with severe vitamin D deficiency were found to be up to 120% more likely to develop dementia over the following years. Let that sink in. Not a small difference. More than double the risk. And on the flip side, research shows that for every step your vitamin D level rises toward a healthy range, the risk of decline gets measurably smaller. Now, I want to be honest with you because that matters on this channel. This is a strong link, not a magic cure. Low vitamin D is tied to higher risk, but topping it up isn't a guarantee. Still, when a deficiency is this common, this easy to check, and this closely linked to your brain, it's one of the simplest things you can get right. Sharp-minded people don't guess. They get their level checked with a simple blood test, and if they're low, they fix it through sensible sunlight, food, or a basic supplement. A small habit with a big payoff for your brain. Habit number 2. They get enough magnesium. The mineral almost everyone is short on. Magnesium doesn't get much attention, but inside your brain it's working constantly. It helps calm an overactive nervous system, supports learning and memory, and plays a key role in how your brain forms new connections. Think of it as the mineral that helps your brain stay both calm and sharp at the same time. And here's the catch. Most people simply don't get enough. Modern diets are low in it, and as you age, your body holds on to less. So, a huge number of adults are walking around mildly deficient without knowing. What does that shortage do? When magnesium runs low, your nervous system gets more easily overstimulated. You may feel more stressed, more restless, and find it harder to switch off and sleep. And poor sleep and constant stress are 2 of the biggest enemies of a clear, focused mind. On the other side, large population studies consistently find the same thing. People with higher magnesium intake tend to perform better on memory and thinking tests as they age. Better rest, calmer nerves, sharper focus. That's the quiet power of this one mineral. Sharp-minded people make sure they're getting it, either through magnesium-rich foods like leafy greens, nuts, and seeds, or a gentle form like magnesium glycinate. Calmer body, clearer mind. Habit number 3. They feed their brain omega-3 fats. Every week, without fail. Here's something most people never think about. Your brain is nearly 60% fat, and the single most important fat for building and maintaining it is an omega-3 called DHA. It's a core building block of the membranes around every brain cell, the surfaces where all your thinking, remembering, and focusing actually happen. The problem is, your body can't make enough DHA on its own. You have to get it from your diet. And most modern diets are badly short on it. When you don't get enough, those brain cell membranes slowly become less flexible, and communication between your brain cells gets a little harder over time. So what happens when you do get enough? In older adults, higher omega-3 levels are linked to better memory, faster thinking speed, and even a healthier brain structure on scans. With more of the brain tissue we tend to lose with age, it literally helps the brain hold its shape. I'll be straight with you, as always. The studies here are strong on links and a little mixed on supplements. But the pattern is consistent enough that nearly every serious brain researcher takes omega-3 seriously. Sharp-minded people make sure it's in their week, usually through oily fish or a quality fish oil. And that leads perfectly into habit number 4, because there's one specific food that does this better and cheaper than almost anything else. Habit number 4. And this is the unexpected one. They eat a cheap, humble little fish that most people walk right past in the store. Sardines. I know, sardines don't sound impressive, but when it comes to your brain, this tiny fish is one of the most powerful foods on the planet, and almost nobody talks about it. Here's why. Sardines pack nearly everything your brain needs, all in one can. Remember the omega-3 DHA we just talked about? Sardines are loaded with it. But they don't stop there. They're also one of the best natural sources of vitamin B12, which your nerves depend on. And a shortage of B12 is a known cause of memory problems and confusion in older adults. On top of that, they carry vitamin D, the one we covered in Habit 1, plus selenium, an antioxidant that helps protect your brain from stress and damage. Think about that. Omega-3s, B12, vitamin D, and selenium, 4 of the most important things for your aging brain in one small, cheap, shelf-stable food. And because sardines are a small fish with a short lifespan, they carry very little of the mercury that builds up in bigger fish. So they give you all the brain benefits, with less of the risk. This is exactly the kind of habit sharp-minded people quietly rely on. Not expensive powders or trendy pills. A humble tin of fish, a few times a week, quietly delivering more for your brain than almost anything else in the store. Habit number 5. They build their muscles to protect their brain. This one surprises almost everyone. When people think about staying sharp, they picture crossword puzzles and reading. Almost nobody pictures lifting something heavy. But here's the truth. Working your muscles is one of the most powerful things you can do for your brain. Here's what happens inside you. When you challenge your muscles, whether with weights, resistance bands, or even your own body weight, your body releases a remarkable substance called BDNF. Scientists sometimes call it fertilizer for the brain. BDNF helps your brain form new connections, protects existing brain cells, and supports memory and learning. And the research backs this up. In studies of older adults, resistance training programs have been shown to raise BDNF levels and improve thinking and memory scores. Not walking on its own, not stretching, but actually challenging your muscles. That's what triggers this brain-protecting effect. There's a bonus, too, especially after 50. Building muscle protects you from falls and frailty, keeping you independent. So the same habit guards both your body and your mind at once. Sharp-minded people don't separate physical strength from mental strength. They know that a strong body feeds a strong brain. 2 or 3 short sessions a week is enough to start. So there you have it. 5 quiet habits. Vitamin D, magnesium, omega-3s, humble sardines, and building your muscles. Notice what they all have in common. Not one of them is a puzzle or a brain game. Every single one works at the level of your biology, giving your brain the raw materials and the signals it needs to stay sharp, focused, and protected as you age. You don't need all 5 overnight. Pick one this week, then add another. Small, quiet habits, repeated over time, are exactly how sharp-minded people stay that way. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 are you already doing, and which one are you going to start? Tell me in the comments. I read everyone. And if this was helpful, consider subscribing, because I make videos like this every week to help you protect your mind and body as you age. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.